And a good Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hope you're having a good day so far. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. What's up, JoJo?
It just feels better when the sun is out and it's above 50 degrees. It's just 2 weeks ago right now, we were just like, how are we ever going to survive this? And the first day when it turns 90, I'm going to be outside all day long. I'm going to be outside for 27 hours on that day. And then now it feels so good. So I hope everybody's got their power back. It's feeling good. And Chase McCabe, I'm going to tell you off the top of the show, the happiest person in America right now. You know who it is?
Who?
When Amy Adams Strunk.
Because the new season's here?
No, sir.
What?
Brian Callahan has a job.
Oh, is he quarterback's coach with the Giants?
He is.
Good for him.
He is. So Amy's first thing she said, how much is he making and when can we cut that pay in half, whatever it is. So good for Brian Callahan getting the job and moving on. And Adam Schefter put it out there. And there was a comment that somebody put on Schefter's page on Facebook and said, oh, great. He can't lead a daycare. This will be a disaster. I was like, oh, they know.
No, but I think this is the role he's been good in as a QB coach.
When you don't have to make decisions? Absolutely.
And you just sit there and you work over things and all that stuff. So
she's happy. Hey, real quick, thanks yesterday to all the response. We were out at Flower Express in Rivergate. Really thank all the interaction, the people stopped by that saw us, everybody that took advantage of the promotion that was going on for Valentine's Day. Get those flowers out there, guys, and make sure you are a hero on Saturday. So really always grateful and thankful for our audience and for Derek out at Flowers Express for having us out there yesterday. So really nice.
It was cool. It was fun being out there, and I know we had a lot of people come in, make orders.
Right. My only regret yesterday was the amount of Chick-fil-A I ate.
Is that a regret, though? It's good.
Because at midnight, we had a little conversation together. So that was why.
Gotcha.
So gluttony, my friends, is not a good thing. So remember that. I just can't eat one sandwich. I think I had like 17 nuggets, 3 sandwiches.
Once you start, the fun don't stop.
And a Diet Coke, man.
It's like Pringles.
That was great, man.
So good for Brian Callahan. Will be the quarterback's coach of the Giants. Also today, we will have TNA wrestler and friend of the show, Eric Young, who actually used to live down the street from the station, would come in all the time with us. He'll be at TNA Wrestling coming up this weekend at the Pinnacle. He's going to come hang out with us.
It's actually shaping up to be a good weekend because of that. And then it's racing, man.
You got Daytona.
I looked, so on Roku, you can get local TV channels across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching one last night from Orlando, and I turned it on. They were doing the weather, the CBS Orlando. And then they're like, hey, it's shaping to be a nice weekend, but Sunday, 60% chance of rain.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
When's the last time it rained? I mean,
it never fails.
Right.
But I buy into Darrell Waltrip's vortex theory. Have you ever heard this?
I have not.
So DW has a theory that if weather's coming and you get the cars on track, the heat from the cars will push the weather up away. That's his theory.
Okay. Now you said that without smiling or laughing.
So no, that's the vortex.
Okay.
It's basically, I think it's his way of saying if we just believe we're going to get this thing in, we're going to get it in.
All right, I'll take that. That's better than thinking, it's never going to.
But it's
sunshine.
Florida.
Yeah, right. So that's why the Tampa Bay Rays built a dome, because of all the late afternoon rain that comes in off the Gulf Coast.
Yep.
And that's why they wanted it. So hopefully it gets in on Sunday. So what's the deal? Tomorrow is or today?
They qualify tonight for the front row. They'll set the front row, and then it sets the order for the duels, which will be tomorrow night.
Okay.
That sets the starting order for everything but the front row. And if there are guys that aren't in, you can race your way in, because there's 45 cars up for 41 spots.
All right.
Should be 43, but nonetheless. So they'll set that. Friday night, you got the Truck Series race. Tony Stewart's going to run that. The now O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on Saturday, and then Cup on Sunday.
Okay. Anybody double dipping?
Oh, yeah, a few. I don't have the list in front of me, but a couple are running the truck race and the Cup race, and then Xfinity and Cup. I don't know if anyone's doing all three. I could be wrong, but
Well, is there advantage?
And there's ARCA. There's the ARCA series too that's in there. Which
is there
like
advantage to doing all three?
Not really, not anymore because the cars / trucks are so different.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is what's the guy, the actor Frankie Muniz? What show was he in?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
He is in the truck series.
Yeah, right. Yep. We met him last year at the National Super Speedway. Great guy.
Yep. And the day that Daytona announced today, the 500 is officially sold out.
Good. How many people? 150,000.
They've reduced it. I mean, they cut about 60,000 off the backstretch when they took that out. So I think it's a great question, Joe. It is. See if this really. I don't know. I don't know how much it holds now. I should know that, but I don't. I'll look it up.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, buddy. Looking that up there. So it'll be fun. I'll watch and see what goes on because it's always some local flavor that's added to that race every year.
Oh yeah.
Now let me ask you this, and I'm completely ignorant for racing. How is ARCA different than O'Reilly series?
ARCA is so think of it like this. Think of it like baseball. It's single A.
ARCA is?
Yeah, that's single A. Trucks is double A. Or O'Reilly is triple A, and then
okay. Counters. All right. So what's the difference between ARCA car and O'Reilly? I know there's a difference between a NASCAR.
The ARCA car is the old Cup car, but with less horse, or actually may have more horsepower. Right? But yeah.
So another question: if everybody has the same engine and everything, how do you win?
That is the best question because it's all about. It is all about
ramming people.
No, it's just. Who's cheated up, who's not, what can you get away with? You can't really cheat as much as you used to. One of the best things is Dale Earnhardt Jr. was talking about his 2004 Daytona 500 car on his podcast, and he goes, man, that thing was so cheated up.
But they don't find that.
No. I mean, because you do things to get you through inspection and then.
Right. Let me ask you this. So when
they all did it.
They do all the donuts. Can that hurt your car when before you go to inspection?
Yeah, that's why they're careful with it. You'll hear the crew chief say, "Be careful, careful with the car."
Yeah, I would just go. I'd go right to Victory Circle, whatever it's called, and what's it called? Winner's Lane,
Victory Lane, Victory Circle.
Okay, yeah. I just get out of my way and go there and stand there and get my prize and trophy and everything else, and thank the 78 sponsors.
101. Almost 102,000.
Does that include infield? Do they have campers on the infield?
Oh yeah. I think that's just seats.
God, that'd be fun for a week down there. Nice weather. The dog track still outside Daytona?
Yep. Right next to it.
Perfect.
And the airport's right behind it.
That's the iconic shot. Reagan flying in for the
Air Force One.
Firecracker.
He was taking off.
For Firecracker 400.
Petty's leading him down the backstretch as Air Force One's taking off.
Didn't he go to the race, though?
He did. Yeah, he went for a little bit, and that was Richard Petty's 200th and final win, 1984.
1984. Yeah. Ronald Reagan there. That's cool.
I think there have only been 4 sitting presidents to have been to a NASCAR race. Reagan, Carter, GW, and Trump.
He put the beast on the track, right?
He did last year. Yep, he did. He paced the field.
The beast, that thing. I like to ride around that thing all day long.
Yeah. What is our question of the day?
All right, here we go, folks. We did it. We do this every year on February the 11th, and there's a reason we ask the same question. We got a lot of new listeners, and so we like hearing from you. 42 years ago today was the greatest concert in the history of Nashville, Tennessee. We've had a lot of great shows. 42 years ago today, Van Halen and the 1984 tour played Municipal Auditorium. At the time, Van Halen was the biggest band in the world. Nobody came close to them. Heavy rotation on MTV, David Lee Roth, Michael Anthony, Alex Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. They were the biggest band in the world. They came to Nashville on a Saturday night. Tickets were $12.50. It was the greatest concert of all time because they were the biggest. How often do you see the biggest band in the world? It was an amazing show. We knew every song. David Lee Roth was awesome. Autograph opened for the concert. They were 5 seconds into Turn On the Radio, their number one, their only hit they had, and everybody started booing. And a friend of mine launched a pizza box, the top of a box, from the upper deck or the top row at Municipal it went. I'm telling you, man, and we have witnesses for this. It carried out through the entire auditorium and hit the lead singer in the back of the head or the side of the head. It was you couldn't do that if you had a million tries. It was the greatest concert ever. Our question off that is, what do you think is the greatest concert that you ever went to? We did it last year on this day. I looked it up. We'll do it again today. The greatest concert you've ever been to.
Paul McCartney.
At Bridgestone?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like I'm seeing a Beatle. He played for like 3 hours. He never took a sip of anything. I mean, he sounded just as good then at however old he was as he did, in the 60s. And played all these songs that I grew up with. And it was cool. It was really cool.
What year was that? I remember that. I didn't go.
2014.
So he would have been 75 roughly, right in there.
Yeah. I mean, he's
something like Dr. Crane. What is your greatest concert of all time?
It's Luke Combs at Nissan Stadium like 2-3 years ago.
Why?
Just because it was outdoors.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, and I grabbed a ticket in club level for like $75. It was dirt cheap. Everybody around me paid like $500-600.
Nice.
I don't know how I landed that, but it was a Friday night. I was working part-time here, and I was like, this is going to be a long night, but worth it. So the concert didn't end until like 2 in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
They played Diamond Rio, Meet Me in the Middle, introduced all the band, did a bunch of encores. And then I was here at work like an hour and a half later. It was probably definitely one of the best nights of my life for a concert.
Nice. Luke Combs, a fan of the show, I'm told.
Really?
Lives out in Dixon, Charlotte area.
What's up, Luke?
What's going on, man? Call anytime, Luke. We'd love to have you.
Our buddy Ricky says seen Sammy Hagar with us a couple years ago.
That's up there.
That was pretty good because that was basically Van Halen.
That was 3+ hours of a man over 70 years old who looked like he was about 25.
And then who
Loverboy.
Loverboy.
Yeah, Loverboy did the best opening set ever. Played 8 of their top songs and left. That was it. Like, hey, we love you, Nashville. 8 songs. They got out of there. I'm like, that's how you do an opening act.
That was good.
But you look now at the biggest bands in the world, like Taylor Swift or BTS or Bad Bunny or I'm telling you, at this time in 1984, Van Halen was the biggest band, and they're right in front of you. And it was just an amazing show. And I say tickets were $12.50. It's crazy.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com, and you can call or text at 615-737-1025. And our phone line is driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
All right, welcome back here to the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, brought to you by the great Omni Nashville Hotel. Our question of the day brought to you by Aries Tactical. What's the greatest concert you've ever been to? We do this question every February the 11th. 42 years ago today, Van Halen came to Municipal Auditorium, and there were probably 500,000 people there, even though the Municipal only holds about 9,000. 615-737-1025. Hey, Blaine, we'll get to you in just a moment. Chase stepped out for a brief second, so he'll answer your question about the Daytona 500. But we want to hear from him. 615-737-1025. What you think was the greatest concert you've ever attended? Mike in Lebanon says, no, man, it was Iron Maiden. And, okay, the text line locked up on me. Nice. Mike in Lebanon, no, you said Iron Maiden, so we'll take that from you right there. Iron Maiden in the Powerhouse Tour was monumental. All right, thank you. 3521. Zach in Bellevue. My favorite concert was Jimmy Buffett, spring of 07 Atlanta, rocking show, so much fun. Saw Ted Turner walking his dogs on the way to the arena. Now, that's a sight to behold. 8149 says Green Day at Bridgestone in 06 on the American Idiot Tour when they were one of the biggest bands in the world. That was I did not go to that one. They were in concert in 24 at Geodis. That was a very, very good show. I snuck in that show. I'm not a big Green Day fan, but they sounded fantastic on that. 2104 says it was Starwood and Rage in the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine and Wu-Tang. Tour lasted 3 cities. One of them was Nashville. 1996.
Is that when they broke up?
Maybe so. And then one more. 6534. 1977. Soldier Field. Leonard Skinner and Ted Nugent. Steve from Dixon. Thank you for that. Leonard Skinner and Ted Nugent. Good Lord.
Where was that?
Soldier Field. That must have been before the crash.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So nice.
I saw Skinner 3 different times, all at Starwood. And the first time, Bret Michaels was the opener.
Right. Bret Michaels.
The second time was Marshall Tucker Band. And the third time, who was the third time? It might have been Actual Poison. The full band, but
I can see that. We have Blaine has a question for you, Chase.
Oh, we got some racing questions. Blaine, what's up?
Hi guys. So I'm on Blaney for the 500. I need a pick for the O'Reilly. Who do you like?
That's a great question. All right, but you got Ryan Blaney, which I think
I'm on him for the 500. But yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. I am going to say, look, I'd go Austin Hill. He's just too good at super speedways, and he's won this race like 3 or 4 years in a row. So I think Austin Hill is a good one.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, Blaine.
Good stuff there. Who do you want as the Titans' first round pick? Nothing. Tell us your favorite concert. Loaded line. Hair Metal Henry. What's up, Henry?
What's going on, boys? First of all, I want to say the worst concert I ever saw was Sammy Hagar sitting with you, Joe, and Ricky all night long. So,
as you were in tears the entire time.
Hey, you like that whiskey though?
Oh, yeah, especially free whiskey. So I appreciate that. So the best concert I ever saw, there was a few events that happened at this. My daughter was 13, and we went to a festival in Kansas City. And it's bands like Seven Dust, Seether, Papa Roach, Lizzie Hale. And so we took her for her 13th birthday, and we didn't tell her where we were going. She just passes out in the back seat. 9 hours later, she's in Kansas City, which she didn't know nothing about. But my wife was doing hair for the Seether boys, which she still does. So they hooked us up for the show, and we're pretty much watching everything backstage and stuff. Lizzie Hale was great to her, gave her a bunch of guitar picks and stuff, talked to her for a while. She had just gotten braces on her teeth, so she wouldn't smile until she took a picture with Jacoby Shaddix, and she was grinning ear to ear. But here's what made the concert the greatest thing in the world. The MC was Ron Jeremy.
Oh,
and
no.
He played the Star Spangled Banner on the harmonica, and he nailed it, man. I've never seen, and, if you saw Van Halen or anybody out, seeing Ron Jeremy playing the harmonica and nailing the Star Spangled Banner was the best concert I ever saw.
All right, here's a dad moment for you. When your daughter asked who Ron Jeremy is and what's he famous for, what did you say?
I told her he was now a comedian.
That's a good dad.
So, yep. See you, boys. Have a good day.
Thank you,
All right,
Henry.
man.
Appreciate it. A couple on my personal text line. Our buddy Greg Pogue says 1975, The Who at the Murphy Center.
Whoa.
Drummer Keith Moon was still alive. So it was the original lineup.
Was that, ask Greg, was that when he came out as a spaceman? The drummer
know.
dressed as an astronaut or something.
He's listening, so he'll answer.
All right.
And then our good friend Katie says the Backstreet Boys in 2001 at the then Gaylord Entertainment Center.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
They're
So that's
still going strong 25 years later, man.
Sure are. Bill in East Nashville. Bill, what you got?
Thanks, guys. I've been to many good ones, but the best one I ever saw was out at the new Opry House. It was Stevie Ray Vaughan, B.B. King, and the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
What year was that?
It was 1987, I believe. It was before Stevie Ray passed away. And, man, I got up out of my seat and I went down as close as I could to the stage to see Stevie Ray Vaughan playing that guitar, man. He channeled it from up above somewhere.
Well, what about B.B. King? That would have been just crazy.
Oh, gosh, geez. And I gave you 7 children and now you want to give them back, right? That's one of the best lines from his songs.
Right.
And the Fabulous Thunderbirds with Jimmy Vaughn. That's a great group. Thanks, man. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate
That's a good one. I wish I would have gotten to see Stevie Ray Vaughan because when I started playing guitar, he was I love him. I can't even come close to playing like him.
Right.
And I know like he learned a lot from Hendrix and BB King and
Sure.
there was another person, but Albert King,
Right.
that he does a lot of his licks from, but I mean he was fantastic.
So we saw Stevie Ray Vaughan played Starwood in May or June of 90, and then he died like a month later. I don't think anybody knew. It's like, oh, that guy's pretty good on guitar. I think nobody really understood how amazing he was.
Pogie says, yes, Keith Moon came out in the astronaut suit.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Keep these coming. We'll get to this throughout the show, but we told you about it yesterday. We'll tell you more about it today. Coming up this weekend, this Saturday, the Nashville Hoops Showdown at Bridgestone Arena. We'll see Virginia take on Ohio State. We talked to Ohio State's coach yesterday. Ryan Odom, the head coach at Virginia, will join us coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5, the game here on this Wednesday. Coming up this weekend, you can get your tickets by going to Ticketmaster.com or the Bridgestone Arena box office. It'll be Ohio State taking on Virginia at Bridgestone Arena in the Nashville Hoops Showdown. And we say hello to Ryan Odom. He is the head coach of the Cavaliers. He joins us now. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for taking the time to do this. You guys were able to pull one out last night, but a tough one on the road at Tallahassee. You get the win 61-58. Now all eyes are on Ohio State.
Yeah, no question about it. It was a tough, hard-fought game. Florida State played really well and gave us all we could handle, but our guys were pretty resilient down the stretch and found the way to win.
Do you like having this? I mean, this is kind of unusual to have a neutral site, non-conference game right in the middle of the conference schedule. Do you like that, though, as it kind of gives you a taste of what might be coming in March?
Yeah, no question. It certainly will give you an NCAA tournament feel. There's no doubt about it. It's good for both teams. We're kind of both, we're both in the thick of conference play right now, jockeying for position and potential NCAA tournament berths. And, Ohio State's a premier program. We feel like we are as well. And anytime you can get two really good programs together, you want to do it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Ryan Odom is on the phone, the Chasing Big Joe show. Coach, Ohio State plays USC tonight. Do you ever scout a team by watching the game broadcast live? Like, will you watch that game tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you do both. I mean, you watch it certainly in recorded format, broken down. But you also, I like to watch it live. You get a sense of, the decisions that are being made. And just the overall flow of the game is really important.
Do you ever watch your game, go back and watch the broadcast copy? Like, will you watch Florida State's get the game last night versus FSU? Will you watch the broadcast copy?
Yeah, multiple times. I've got it on my TV right now. I'm sitting here watching it. Now, I don't necessarily listen to it. I just kind of watch it, as it's going. But occasionally I will. Do
you critique yourself? Because I don't like watching myself, but I guess if you're a coach, you're like, why did I do this? I should have done that. Oh, I like what I did there.
Absolutely.
How do you do that?
Yeah, there's no question about it. There's so many decisions that are going on over the course of the game, whether it's on offense or defense or substitutions or, how you're reacting to certain plays, end of half, end of games. There's just a lot of things that go into winning and losing, and certainly the coach is a big part of that.
When you're in the grind of an ACC schedule, playing Duke and Carolina and FSU and everybody, what's it like stepping out, playing Ohio State? I got to think the guys go, all right, this is a new challenge for us. We got to really hunker down, get our scouting going. I got to think it kind of gets some new blood flowing because of the opportunity on Saturday.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And when you're playing a premier program like Ohio State, you better be ready. They're really well coached. They're having an excellent season right now. They're right in position to get an NCAA tournament berth, and they're playing in one of the best conferences in the country, and we feel like we are as well. The ACC is really good this year. The Big Ten's excellent this year. And so anytime, you can get two teams together in a place like Nashville, which is, an awesome city, we all know that, it's going to be fun.
Ryan Odom is with us, and you were here earlier this year for an exhibition game against Vanderbilt, right?
We were, yeah, no question. I'm really excited for Coach Byington and his team and what they're doing this year. We're planning to play them again, in October next year as well.
What have you learned about your team being your first year at Virginia? You've taken over a program that's had a lot of success over the years. What have you kind of learned from the start of the season with those exhibition games to where you are now in conference play that gives you the confidence that you guys have a pretty good squad that can make a run?
Yeah, I mean, we're confident at this point. When you're in your first, season at a place, you don't really know what to expect, especially when you've lost the whole roster from the previous year. And so we had to replace 11, 12 guys in short order. We're really happy with where it landed. Really high character guys with major basketball talent. and guys that wanted to be a part of something really special. And this team's having a special season right now. We're 21-3 and, ranked in the polls. And, but I think they're not satisfied. They go into every game with a really competitive mindset. And they certainly want to, leave a legacy here at Virginia. They understand what those before them have done here, Coach Bennett and his staff, and even before that, Coach Holland and his players. Both. This program's won a national championship in 2019, and this group, wants to do its best for Virginia.
We're obviously here in SEC country, and we have seen that league become so tough, and these teams beat up on each other. You obviously know that, being in the ACC, which has historically been a very good basketball conference. But are you seeing that throughout college basketball now, as you look at where you were at VCU and your other stops, of that it just, these programs have elevated so much over the last few years, and obviously NIL and transfer portal rules have probably helped that?
Yeah, there's no question about it. You're seeing the majority of the teams in the country have older rosters. We're certainly an example of that. We have multiple guys that are in their last season, but then we also have some young, talented freshmen. And when you have that balance, young energy with major talent that can enter games and enter the college scene early, but then also you combine that with guys that have been through it at different levels, and we've got multiple guys on our roster that have won at their respective places. It could be really helpful for your program. And this is a tremendous year in college basketball for the freshmen all across the country. It's one of the best years ever.
Coach, I got to think, we're talking to Coach Ryan Odom, the head basketball coach of Virginia. I got to think every radio interview you do outside of the normal Virginia area is about what you did in 2018. You remember, no number ones ever lost to a 16. You were the head coach that did that. I mean, what a historic moment. You guys beat Virginia 74-54. And now you're coaching Virginia, a full circle moment. But what did you tell your team before that game? Because that's an historic win, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, we really had no idea. We knew we were playing the best team in the country at that point, the most balanced team on offense and defense. And we knew it was going to be a major challenge. Not to take anything away from our guys or the staff and the work that they put in, because the score was the score. But DeAndre Hunter didn't play in that game, which really helped us. He was a beast inside and out, and a mismatch problem. But going into that game, our guys were confident. We had just come off the biggest win of the year against Vermont, who had, dominated our conference for years. And, we just talked to the guys. We were kind of a group of forgotten people. And we talked about, hey, we're here in this moment for a reason. And so let's go make the most of it. And we were really fortunate to coach some great guys that were really confident in themselves. And obviously we shot the ball extremely well, and were able to stretch that lead and finish it out.
Was that game in Charlotte?
It was in Charlotte. Yeah, it was in that Spectrum Center.
Isn't it? Because, I mean, that's where you kind of became – you were an interim head coach at Charlotte in 2015. That had to be really cool. That's truly a full circle moment.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that was a special time. And my family and I lived a mile from there when I was coaching at UNC Charlotte. And so I'd been in that arena many times to watch the Hornets. We'd actually played a couple games there at UNC Charlotte. And to be able to do that in front of friends and family was really special. But I've always said this, it was a bittersweet moment because, Coach Bennett was all about the right things. And you hate to see anybody, go through something like that. But we know what happened that next year. And so it led Coach Bennett and his program to, the mountaintop, their perseverance, their resilience, their willingness to put in, massive amounts of work and go through something like that, led them to a national championship. And certainly I'm honored to be a part of that, here at Virginia now.
Virginia basketball coach Ryan Odom is on with us on the Chasing Big Joe show. going back to what we were talking about with your roster construction, I mean, you have a ton of mid-major guys that you brought in, and now they're playing at a high level in the ACC. How did you feel like, okay, I can make this work with our system? How did you know that you guys were going to be able to put this together and have that success with the talent that you brought in?
Yeah, when players are transferring, from one university to the next, they typically have a body of work, hopefully a substantial body of work that you can point to that hopefully will translate to your system. Character is the first thing that we always look at. Is this person a fit for us and our university? The second thing is we look at the different positions, the size, for the positions. We like bigger guys, but we also like guys like Chance Mallory that are just that could just get it done, and regardless of size. And he's a beast of a freshman, one of the best ones in the country. I encourage you to come out to see him play in Nashville. But shooting is always something that we look for across our roster, and we feel like we've put together a talented group that can shoot, that can score inside, that can beat you off the bounce, and that has proven that it can defend at a pretty high level. And so we're a work in progress still, but we're really competitive.
You got 4 guys in double figures, coach, scoring. You like that, I would assume?
Yeah, there's no question. I think that's the strength of this team. It's our depth. The last 2 games, I think our bench has scored 30-plus points, in consecutive games here. So the strength of this team certainly has been its depth.
Do you have, will you guys have any time to, I know it's a business trip, but any time to do anything while you're here in Nashville?
I wish we did. We come in the night before and we get a meal, go through scatter report, and then shoot around the next day. So it's pretty quick. It's pretty business-like, unfortunately. But maybe next time.
Well, best of luck this weekend. We're excited to have you in our city, and best of luck the rest of the way. Really enjoyed this, and thanks so much.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
You too. Ryan Odom, the head coach at Virginia, joining us. And again, you can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, the Bridgestone Arena box office. It's coming up Saturday night, Valentine's Day night at Bridgestone Arena. Virginia will take on Ohio State. Virginia, very, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've lost only 3 games this year, that they are looking like a 21-3 overall, 9-2 in the ACC.
Not bad.
They're going to be a force in the NCAA tournament for sure. So look forward to seeing them coming up this weekend. We'll get back to our question of the day. We got a ton of answers on our text line, which is
the question of the day. 42 years ago today, Van Halen came to Nashville, played the greatest concert ever, the biggest band in the world, an amazing show. We ask you, what is the greatest concert you ever attended? Not the best, the greatest concert. 615-737-1025.
It's Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a good start to y'all day. Our question of the day, greatest concert that you have been to. 9947 says, Green Day, the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Maryland. Didn't really know their music, but the energy was off the hook, and I was with my 15-year-old daughter who asked me to take her to the concert. What a great experience.
Good.
2572, fifth row seats for Pink Floyd at Vanderbilt. Reba was sitting about 10 seats to our left.
Was that 94 when all the people in West End bitch because Pink Floyd? I think that's with the 94 show. No. I didn't go, but
let's see, 2076. I think I was working that Van Halen concert, as that was when my dad owned the Nashville South Stars.
Whoa!
My favorite concert was seeing Jimmy Buffett at Red Rocks a few years ago.
That's number 2 on my list. 94 at
one.
Starwood with Buffett.
Let's see. Adam in Portland, have you guys ever seen Blues Travelers in person? They perform amazingly live.
I have not.
I haven't. Yeah. Jeff in 12th South, the Jam at JFK summer of 1982 was on the infield 15 feet from the stage with 8 of my childhood buddies. The Who, the Kinks, Foreigner, Genesis, and Santana. Freaking awesome.
Get out. What year was this?
82 at JFK.
Man.
Or
Genesis.
Or RF. Was it? It says the Jam at JFK, but.
Okay. Well, Genesis is the one band I never saw that more than any other band I kicked myself because they're done.
Which one?
Genesis.
Yeah.
I never saw, and I'm a huge Genesis. I never saw them in show, man. And so they're no more touring for them.
1880 Brooks and Dunn on the last rodeo tour.
Pretty good.
3797. I have 2 Eagles and Huey Lewis in the News.
Oh, okay.
I saw Eagles at Bridgestone. Ricky and I went like 3 or 4 years ago.
Is who opened? Buffett opened one year for him here.
They didn't. I don't think they had an opener because
Okay.
they played Hotel California from front to back.
They opened a Hotel California. That's what they do in the Sphere.
Yeah, because they played the album in order, and that was the first song, so they opened with it.
Nice.
But
we need to, when you text in, we need to know when and where.
Yeah.
I always like to know the time.
David 615 says Don Henley at Starwood Amphitheater, and on NASCAR, I'll take Josh Berry and the Wood Brothers to win the 500.
Josh Berry.
It's a good one. And then I think you read the rest of these. 1978 says, bring back Starwood, you cowards. We don't have any say on that.
No, don't bring it back. Don't, because you can't recapture what that was.
You can't.
Ascend's fine downtown.
It's good.
It does a nice job, but you can't like one of the best shows at Starwood ever was in 1987 was Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. I mean, that was just one of the just an amazing show watching that because that's when they were massively popular. Like, oh, this is great. It was hot. It was outside. It was beautiful. So you can't recapture that moment at Starwood.
Jeff said JFK was in Philly, always the site of Army Navy until they tore it down.
That's right. It was right next
I
to
don't know that.
the Spectrum and then whatever Lincoln Financial is.
So was that where the Eagles used to play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was the old.
Well, I think there was 3 stadiums. There was a Spectrum. There was another. What was another arena and then there football field. There was another football. They blanketed both sides of the Spectrum.
Gotcha. Yeah, it closed in 89. Was demolished in 92.
So the
Eagles played there early on.
So
30 in the 30s.
Live Aid was there in 1985. It was at London, and the other one was in Philadelphia at JFK. But RFK was in DC.
Yeah, and they're building the new stadium on that site.
Knocking that thing down, taking care of it, getting out of here. Those were the ones. So those, look, there's no wrong answer for this. It's just that we do this every February the 11th because it's.
Oh yeah,
years ago.
This is what you're talking about in Philly.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. The 3 of them.
Yeah, because you remember they went through this phase in like the 60s and 70s where they had all these stadiums that had football and baseball, and they all looked the same.
What was Philadelphia Stadium there? They played baseball.
Memorial.
No.
Where the Phillies play and the Eagles.
Yeah, until they built separate stadiums for them both.
Yeah. Shibe Park, Connie Mack Stadium, home to the A's, and Philly Veteran Stadium.
Yeah. There we go.
Multi-purpose for the Eagles and the Phillies.
Remember Al Del Greco kicked that 50-yarder that beat the Eagles in 2000?
Yeah.
On the road up there. I mean, he barely made it. And the Eagles were good that year too, and the Titans went on the road and beat them because Del Greco nailed that field goal.
Well, and what's let's see, when did the new stadium open for Philadelphia?
Jeez, I don't know.
Because I want to say because Veterans Stadium closed in 03, but the Eagles went on a run or something, and they had to delay like closing it and demolishing it because
I don't
the
remember
Eagles
that.
there was something.
Well, they made the Super Bowl in 2004.
Yeah.
And lost to the Patriots. Vrabel caught a touchdown pass in that game too.
Well, so was that at the Link or was that at the Veterans Stadium?
I'm looking at
that they played the NFC Championship game.
That would be at the Veterans Stadium.
Okay, so that's what it was. They had to delay the implosion of it because the Link was pretty much done or was close to it, but they had to delay tearing stuff down because the Eagles were going on a run.
Well, it opened in 2003, it says here.
Okay, so maybe it was the Link.
And then they remodeled it in 2013.
Hmm.
The original cost of the stadium back then is $500 million.
That's crazy.
That's it. So, yeah, and they pumped in $125 million into the new stadium to put it there, but it opened in 2003. And those cookie cutter I mean, there's a page dedicated to all like Riverfront, Three River Stadium, Veterans Stadium.
I love reading about old stadiums.
Really cool, man.
Alan says, I love that we got a hip hop one. Too Short, NWA with Eazy-E still alive at Starwood in the 90s.
Oh, man.
That would have been cool.
I mean, think about that. Starwood, that massive of a talent of those groups that came there, driving down Murfreesboro Road, turning into Starwood. And traffic was all, nobody complained about traffic. I mean, I remember Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses opened for Aerosmith in 1988. We came up on like a Tuesday night and saw that show. I mean, it's just one of these amazing things.
Speaking of Eazy, did you see the tweet I sent you of somebody said Kid Rock looks like 1987 Don Mattingly playing Eazy-E?
Yeah, right. I saw that. Yeah. With that hat on. But it's just, again, people like bring it back. We're not going to bring it back. It's just too many memories.
No, I agree. I mean,
you got them in your heart and you move on and you create new memories.
Yeah. 615-737-1025. Coming up next, one of our favorites, Eric Young, TNA wrestler, will join us in studio. We'll talk about their event coming up at Pinnacle this weekend. EY is next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. Excited about this weekend at the Pinnacle. 2 shows for TNA Wrestling. Friday night, it'll be No Surrender. And then Saturday night, a taping of Thursday Night Impact. And to talk more about that, one of our favorites, Eric Young, who is no stranger to the studio, as Joe breaks his microphone.
I was excited for Eric Young. Good Lord.
EY is in studio with us. Eric, good to see you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, great to see you guys. I was thinking when I walked in here how many different versions of me have walked through that door.
Oh yeah,
I've probably been in here 20 or 25 different times. First time I would have had like a bleach blonde faux hawk with no facial hair. I've had a great big like red beard.
Yeah, the beard.
Yeah, with a crazy faux hawk or mohawk thing. Yeah, so it's home where I lived in Nashboro Village, just down the way here in 2000. What year would that have been? 2006, 2007.
Yeah, because you'd come in and hang out with us when we first launched the sports station. And
Yep.
Joe was doing mornings and everything. And so yeah, I mean, we've gotten to know each other over the years. I was telling Joe we did a Smashville Live together
That's right.
a few years ago out in Murfreesboro.
Right?
Yep.
Yep.
So because you're a hockey guy too.
Oh yeah,
so
die hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but excited because it's the first time TNA's done the Pinnacle. Pinnacle is really cool
It's
for
an amazing
wrestling.
building.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and it's going to be a very intimate, and you got 2 shows there with No Surrender, which will be on TNA Plus, and then Impact, as we were talking about off the air, now on AMC, which I think has been fantastic for you all.
Yeah, huge step. Look at AMC, like we somehow went from Access, which was a great partner for us and kept this company alive, and we built our momentum there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to throw them out to pasture or whatever, but the truth is AMC, you could stay at a Motel 6 and they've got AMC. Right?
Yeah.
You stay at any hotel, they've got 12 channels, maybe 15 channels, and AMC is usually one of them. That's the big boy. You know, we're in the big leagues now. And the truth is I think a lot of people are like, man, we did it. Well, now the real work starts now.
Yeah.
Because getting it is part of the battle, but keeping it is the hardest part. So like the numbers have gone up every week. We're not on some, rocket ship, but they're going up every week. AMC's super happy about that. We're super happy about that. And, just want to like catch that lightning in a bottle that we've had going here for the last couple of years.
How much has the partnership with NXT and WWE helped? And I mean, you've been on both sides of this. You've worked for WWE. You've been with TNA pretty much since day one.
Yeah, almost day one.
Yeah. So I mean, you have seen all the iterations of TNA, but to have that partnership with NXT and WWE, I have to think that's been a good thing.
Yeah, the partnership is great. Like, look, like all other things aside, just optically, you're working with the biggest company in the world. The biggest and most important wrestling company in the world is saying, this company is worthwhile. We're investing time and effort into them. Plus, like watching a WWE show, 10 years ago, I know that you're a wrestling fan. 10 years ago, you would have never thought, man, I can't believe that the WWE mentioned anything about TNA wrestling or mentioned something that went on one of our shows. And now they talk about it openly. And
I love it.
And
I love it.
It's great for wrestling. This is like if the What If comic books came to life, right? Like these 2 powers in the wrestling world are working together. And really, this is just the start, right? This is the tip of the iceberg for what that could be. As this company grows, as TNA grows, you're going to see, I believe you're going to see main roster crossovers. Pro wrestling fans are talking about it already. Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace, and I'm not talking about us going to work there, us going there and working storylines throughout their universe and them coming to this side. It's Marvel and DC working together, making one comic book. It's wild.
I broke the mic. I wanted to show you how tough I am. That's why I did that.
I mean, you're taller and probably tougher than I am for real.
Not at all to do that. How many years is this for you?
I mean, I started in like end of 97, early 98. So but full-time 2004. Yeah, it's been my full-time job since 2004.
So the young Eric Young, 12, 13, is this what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, this, as sure as I'm sitting here right now, this is all I've wanted to do my whole life, and I'm a pretty emotional person, but it's wild to think about it. I come from a tiny town, population of like 60 or 70 people. The closest McDonald's is 40 minutes away.
Wow.
In Canada, which adds another layer of difficulty. But this is all I've ever really wanted to do. And it's been my full-time occupation since 2004. Opened a ton of doors for me. I had a fishing show, had a travel channel show, did a vinyl show on Access. I'm talking with the NHL right now and helping develop a show there that I might host. So yeah, it's dude, it's wild. I'm just some short, weird, fat kid from Southwestern Ontario.
Is there one moment in your journey where you think back like this was really cool? I mean, just an arena or a match or something.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many in wrestling. I was saying this one, and it's fresh in my mind. I get hit in the head a lot, so it's hard for me to keep all this straight. But when I hosted the fishing show, there was a moment I was at Upfronts, which is like they get together and they celebrate the new shows. And my show on Animal Planet was doing really well, and I was kind of becoming the face of Animal Planet. I did the Puppy Bowl, which was maybe the crowning achievement of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm on stage at the Upfronts, and to the left of me is CEO and Vice President of Discovery, and to the right of me is Oprah Winfrey on stage. And I'm like, how did I end up? How did I? And I've got no shirt on. It's wild. You know, it's hard to believe. I mean, where I come from and my life, and then that's not even that long ago. It's like 11 years ago that happened. And that seems like another lifetime ago. Now it's, this move to AMC and being on The Walking Dead is one of my favorite TV shows. And I'm going to be the nerd that said, like, I read the books before anyone knew.
Yeah.
And I did. I made my wife read them. She's not a comic person. She became obsessed. So when the show came out, I was telling everybody, this is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And it blew up and to be one of the biggest shows ever. Not because of what I said, but just because I knew, right? I was like, this is a movie.
Right.
These characters, it doesn't even matter that it's about zombies. It's about the human condition and about, like love and right and wrong. And it's wild. And then it became this massive hit. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. And I could literally sit here and now, like, I wrestled Sting, who I love. I've worked with Shawn Michaels and became very close with Shawn Michaels, who's a person I idolized my whole life. I did Steve Austin's podcast. I sat at his house. We crushed like 26 Miller Lights, and I realized it was like 4 a.m. and I had to leave. And it's been a wild ride for me.
It's great. Talking, Jeff Jarrett's been on here. We had the Hardy Boys last week, and talking to you, I can hear it. You guys have discovered this gratitude along this journey, 100%. Which I think is beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. And I try to keep that in mind, and every day thinking like, this is all I want to do. And very few people get to do what they want, very few. And I've done it for, most of my adult life. I've been paid to do something that I'm not going to tell them, but I would do it for free. Is this being recorded?
Right.
Carlos, I didn't mean that. He's the president of the company. Awesome guy. But yeah, it's surreal. And I come from, I'm not like I didn't come from dirt poor or anything, but like the fact that I come, my dad wasn't a wrestler. Like I had no hand up. I started at negative because I'm from Canada. I have to convince an American company to give me a visa to move here.
Right.
So it's another layer of difficulty, and I did it on my own, the old way. So I'm very grateful.
Let me ask this. Why you? Why do you think you made it when so many are still trying to get to that level?
I'm going to say, and I got this from my father, who passed away a couple of years, is I'm stubborn as a mule. Right. And for me, I wasn't going to be happy and nothing else was going to do. And the other truth is this, is I took every one of my apples. I only had 2 or 3, but I took all 3 of them and put them in one basket and never moved them out of that basket.
Beautiful.
I refused because I wanted to do something that I cared about, that I'm passionate about. And, as I went, those apples grew. Like I lived in Canada and I sold my house to my buddy. Me and him co-owned this house. I sold it to him for $2. I packed my stuff. I married a stranger to move down here. Like I changed everything, closed my wrestling school, I had a good job.
Wow.
I left it all on a chance that maybe TNA would hire me. And they did. And I had my first job there for 12 years. And I went to the WWE for 5 or 6 years and did really well there. Then COVID happened and I got fired. I would have fired me too. I'm mad about it. I totally understand. I came back here and I went back there. A lot of people don't know I went back there for almost a year, 11 months. And then a certain somebody, I'm not allowed to say his name, he came back and I refused to work for him. So I quit and then came back here. So it's just been a wild ride.
I think you said it best, but the apples in one basket. I think the worst things we can have in life is a backup plan.
100%. And I never
Because
wanted
that's like, well, if I don't make it, I got a backup plan.
I know the kind of person I am. And if I have a backup plan, I'm not going to push. I'm not going to push like I need to.
I love it.
There was nothing else. I didn't care about anything else. Wrestling was my whole life. It's all I thought about. It's all I talked about. I ate it, breathed it, slept it 24 hours a day. It was my life.
Great.
It was life or death. That's what it felt like.
Eric Young is with us, TNA superstar. We'll have more with him coming up next. And again, you can go see him and others at the Pinnacle this weekend with No Surrender on Friday night, and then a taping of Impact on Saturday night. Get your tickets at the Pinnacle box office, and be sure to check it out. More with Eric Young next here on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, here on this Wednesday, talking with TNA wrestling superstar Eric Young, also officially a friend of the show, as we like to say. Coming up this weekend, No Surrender Friday night at the Pinnacle, and Impact at the Pinnacle on Saturday. You're going to be there. And I think the coolest thing that I get to ask you now is the fact that the name TNA Wrestling is back.
Yeah.
And when that happened about a year ago, I guess it was like, as a wrestling fan, I was like, man, this is cool, because it takes me back to the shows that I used to go to out at the fairgrounds when the whole thing first started.
Yep.
And I just thought it was cool to bring that brand back, and obviously keep Impact as the weekly show.
Yeah. I mean, I think the timing, I think it was perfect, to be honest. I was a part of it, but so that sounds biased, but the move away from TNA to Impact, there was like this weird time where there was this cloud following the company, this black cloud over it. And it didn't matter how good the pay-per-views were or how good the television, it didn't matter what we did. There's just always this negative energy over it. And they switched away to Impact. And look at, I worked there. And it still took me a lot to not call it TNA Wrestling. And I think everyone, even when it was Impact, was still thinking about it being TNA Wrestling. So the move back there was amazing. It was in Chicago at the Chicago Club, and they did the video that Eric Tompkins did, and it was unbelievable. And there was like me and like Josh and Jordan. There's like 6 of us in the ring, and that thing opened, and then the bright light, and then TNA, and we're back. And man, people went crazy. Went crazy. It's one of the loudest audible pops I've experienced in my life. It's not even a big building. There's maybe 1,200 people there, but the timing was right, and everything. It just feels right. And people have always called it that, even when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you look at the wrestling business as a whole, you got WWE doing their thing with TKO, you guys in TNA, AEW, NWA, there's all the indies, New Japan still. I feel like the business is maybe the healthiest that it ever has been, but definitely in a long time.
And that's the WWE, first moving to Fox, and Fox is paying them $29 billion to air their television show.
Yeah.
That's a real multi-billion-dollar company.
That's NFL deal.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's a multi-billion-dollar company that doesn't make mistakes, saying people watch this and we're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
They're paying that price for the rights to air that show.
Right.
They believe that enough people are going to watch theirs and watch their commercials and pay for ads and do all that stuff, because WWE is a multi-generational, worldwide entity and has been for 40 years. It just took a long time for the rest of the world to catch up and be like, pro wrestling is here to stay, and it's massive. And it's every week. Every week. Yeah. The WWE alone puts out 6 to 8 hours of original content from start to finish themselves. One company. It's massive. And like, more people are making more money. There's more jobs. There's more everything. It's the biggest and healthiest it's ever been. If
you look at, in and on every day now, if you stretch it across multiple companies,
if you're watching all of it, I don't know how you have time. And when I was just a wrestling fan, 14, 15, I watched it all, but that was 2 shows.
Right.
Now there's, if you're talking NWA and you're talking New Japan or AAA or, CMML, it's 30, 40 hours a week.
It's amazing. Yeah. Eric Young is with us.
Helps you turn your mic on, Eric. Where's the coolest place? I always ask this. I love talking to you guys. Your passport. What's the coolest passport stamp you got?
Japan was a big one for me. Have always wanted to go there. I've been to Australia now twice. Completely amazing. And nothing to do with wrestling. Me and my wife went to Switzerland this last summer and spent 16 days and almost didn't come back. Is the truth.
I'm glad you did.
We saw Oasis play at Wembley in London with 2 of our friends, and then me and her spent, I guess, 15 days. It would have been in Switzerland.
Wow.
Kind of taking trains and stuff all over the place. And one of the days we're on, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the highest point a civilian can get to, unless you know how to do ropes and mountain climbing and stuff. It's the highest point that you can get to in the world. And we're walking around on snow, and then later, literally within 4 hours, we were swimming in a lake that mountain was melting into in one day. Incredible. I've got Riyadh, which is a place that
yeah.
I never thought I'd go. Saudi Arabia, the Emirates. I stood at the base of that tall building in Mission Impossible the day it opened.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
I stood at the base of it. The first day you could only go up to 200 floors. So we didn't spend the $85 or whatever it was, but they shut off. It was like a bunch of like really rich people took a bunch of drugs and said, let's make a big giant city in the middle of the desert. and that's what it is. It's just this crazy, you're driving on these roads and there's nothing but sand, and you come over this hill and there's this crazy city, and there's a crane on top of every building because nothing's finished and no one's living in them. Everyone's driving around in Lamborghinis or horse-driven carts and camels, and it's a wild place, man. It's a wild place.
All right, so I asked the Hardy Boys. I always like this question too. The craziest place been recognized. Jeff Jarrett said on a beach in Australia. Hardy Boys said at Easter Island. What's a crazy spot you've been recognized?
In Switzerland. We were there, and they recognized me from the fishing show, even though I don't look anything like I did when I did the fishing show. Yeah. I think they heard my voice, and they were asking. It aired all over the world. Like, it was really popular in Germany, really popular in China. I didn't know that it aired in Switzerland, but I guess it did. And they were asking me, are you the guy from the fishing show? And I was like, man, that's crazy.
That's good, though.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah. I mean, being on the fishing show, it was like, I wasn't sharing the screen with other people. It was on Animal Planet. It did really well. So there was like this brief time where I was like a real celebrity. It wasn't just wrestling people. Like, we could be anywhere in the world and people would be like looking at me. I'm like, man, they know me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, it's from wrestling, and it was never wrestling. It was always from the fishing show.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a wild time.
I remember I asked a wrestler one time, why does this continue to work? And he told me, he's like, will always be good versus evil.
Yep.
Wrestling. And that's the basis. That's the genesis of everything. It'll always be good versus evil. As long as they keep it good versus evil, wrestling will never go away.
White hat versus black hat.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, white knight, black knight, like however you want to describe it. Good versus evil is the perfect story. And then that'll never change. People want to cheer for the underdog, or people want to cheer for the person that, has been manipulated into this bad situation. If you watch, as a pro wrestler, I watch movies. Movies are put together the same as pro wrestling matches. It shows a guy, he's polite and he opens the door for a lady and he's got a dog, and that's the good guy. And here comes the bad guy and he spit on the ground and pushed the old lady down, and that's the bad guy. It's the exact same as pro wrestling. It's the same recipe. So I can't watch movies and enjoy them anymore either, because I'm analyzing them. But the truth is pro wrestling is the best bang for your buck entertainment wise. You guys go to live music. You've been there when the lead singer mails it in, or he shows up 2 hours late, or he only wants to play folk music and doesn't play any of his hits. I've heard of people that gone to Bob Dylan and experienced that. Pro wrestling is designed for you to enjoy yourself every single second that you're there. You will never go to a pro wrestling event and feel ripped off. Never. It's the most bang for your buck entertainment wise that you will ever get. And I tell people, I've said this in every interview I've done today, if you're on the fence and maybe pro wrestling is not your thing, buy a ticket and go to it live. It will change your mind. And if you don't have a good time, you can contact me through social media and I will cover your ticket with my own money.
Oh,
that's how much I believe in it, because it's the truth. When I was doing the fishing show, we keep ending it back here, but like there's these artsy people that work for Animal Planet and work for Discovery. They don't even like pro wrestling. They actively hate it because they don't understand it.
Right.
But because I was there, they came to the shows. Every time we'd go to New York, I would have to get 50 tickets because they fell in love with it.
That's great.
TV, my two loves in life are hockey and pro wrestling. And here's the truth. They make money through television. Television does it no justice. If you've ever been to a live hockey game, you understand.
Good point.
Nothing is better. No sport is better in North America than a live hockey game. You could know nothing about it and still have. What other sport can guys fist fight and then come back on the ice? It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. And pro wrestling is the same. If you understand everything about it and love it, TV, it's great. It's great on TV.
Yeah.
But nothing beats it live, because now it's real. It's not a camera trick. The sounds, the chops, like everyone's, oh, woo, that's fun. It hurts.
Oh, I'm with you on all
Sucks.
this. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's, if you can get them in the door, they may not become diehards or people that come, to travel all over the place and spend all their money on pro wrestling every week.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you're kind of on the fence about it and you come and watch this Friday and Saturday, when we come back, you'll go again because you'll love it. and you may not understand anything that's going on.
Yeah.
It won't matter. It's good guy versus bad guy. People are yelling and cheering and singing, and it's a drug. It's just energy the whole time. And if you can't get addicted to that, there's no chance for you in life.
I think it's great. And Chase hears this all the time. We bring wrestlers on, ask the same question. My son, he's 19 and a half years old.
Yep.
Him and his buddies, there's a bunch of buddies, can name maybe 3 football players, but they can name about 75 wrestlers.
Right.
I mean, and
Right.
this is just not his. I mean, this is all these kids.
Right.
Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think that when I was a kid, when I was that age, it could be kind of embarrassing to tell people that you like wrestling. Like when I was in high school,
Yeah.
even though Monday Night Raw, like they're doing 14s, like,
Yeah.
like tens of millions of people are watching this every night.
Yep.
But it was still kind of taboo, and, oh, it's fake. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched or enjoyed a Star Wars movie, but there ain't nothing real about it. The Marvel universe, an amazing universe, not part of the real world.
Right.
Like the faster you can get over that and realize we're not trying to convince you that it's real. We're trying to entertain you. It's just another medium for that.
Right.
It's very physical. It's very hard, and it's very real in a way that the stuff that you see is happening. As a pro wrestler, I have to say it's the only thing real on television. I've been saying basketball's fake for a long time, and all this scandal comes out, and people are rigging games and blah blah. The game was already rigged in pro wrestling. We're telling you this. We just want you to enjoy yourself,
Right.
and that's what it's about. And I mean, right now we may need entertainment more than we've ever needed it.
Mhm.
The world is a wild place to live and to survive. I think there's way more good than there is bad. There's way more good people than there are bad people, but we need a distraction. You want to take your mind off things and have a good time for a couple hours, this is your ticket, and it'll be cheaper than anything you get anywhere in the city.
Do you think that, because I mean, when you were coming in, it was still, you got to protect the story,
Yeah.
kayfabe, like kayfabe isn't dead and all that stuff. And now you got WWE doing a show telling you, no, this is how we do it. This is how
this
it's
is
made.
the WWE leading by example. I've been talking about this for 10 years. The faster 95% of the people watching the show understand. They're in on the joke.
Yeah.
They already understand. They're well aware that we don't hate each other. They're well aware that we're characters. They just want to get wrapped up in it. It's just like watching Star Wars or watching any television show. You just want to forget that it's not real. And it's real easy to do, especially when you're there live.
Yeah.
By doing these shows, and I haven't watched an episode, but I've seen a ton of the clips. There's 2 things to this. One is you're telling everybody it's really hard to do, and hundreds of man hours are painstakingly thought about every detail. What we're doing is very difficult. There's billions of dollars on the line, and everyone in it takes it very serious. The other thing is if you believe that that's real, I got some property on the moon I'd like to sell you.
Right.
Because it's like another reality TV show. They're telling you how to feel and think.
Yep.
Because they're the WWE and they're super geniuses.
Yeah.
What they're doing it with a vehicle that is telling everybody this is very difficult to do. There's billions of dollars on the line, and we take it very serious. And they talk about it until they're blue in the face every single day. There is no off season. I'm buddies with pro athletes, really good friends with Mike Fisher. And he was like, well, when's your off season? I was like, there is no off season. My off season, I had 4 months off when I tore my ACL.
Oh,
right.
That's the longest.
By the way, that's real.
That's real.
Yeah.
100% real.
I mean, I've that's the other thing too. Like I get very defensive of
like
you all
that.
when people are like, oh, it's fake. It may be scripted. There
Sure.
may be a storyline,
Yep.
but I've seen you take a chair shot where you
100%.
get up and you're kind of going, where am I?
Sure.
Like, I mean, this,
Sure.
it hurts.
It's way more real than people want to think. And it's not real in a way where it's combat or it's UFC where we're trying to knock each other out, but it's very physical. And like, I've trained pro athletes. I trained Frank Wycheck. I trained Pac-Man Jones. The first time they take a fall, they get this look. They turn and look at you like, what? They're looking under the ring for the spring. And why is it? Why
Where's
is
the trampoline?
Why is the ring so hard? This is all year round, 365 days a year. I probably won't have to wrestle 60 minutes on Friday, but I'm physically ready to because I might be asked to.
Yeah.
All year round. There
Yeah.
is no off season.
Yeah.
Never ends. And the more popular you get and the more money they pay you, the more you got to work.
Well, and that's why, like, I respect somebody like Jelly Roll that went through the training and everything,
Yep.
and went down to Orlando.
He'll tell you.
And like
Ask him.
the first bump he took, he's like, holy, that
Yeah.
hurt.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
got marks on your back
It's,
and all
it's
this
not
stuff.
for everyone. Like I've had a wrestling school and trained people. This was all they thought about their whole life, and they last maybe a week because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Right? There's maybe 250 jobs available in the whole world. I've had one of them since 2004. I am a lucky man.
What's the phrase? Everybody's jealous of where you are. Nobody's jealous of how you got there.
That's right. Yeah, they're jealous of my position, but they don't see the work. It's the diagram of the glacier, right? The tip top of it shows, and it's beautiful, and everyone can see that tip. You don't see the giant thing
Right.
under the water,
Yep.
where I'm eating 16 cans of tuna a day and somehow didn't get mercury poisoning. Sleeping in my car with my sleeping bag for 4 or 5 days on end. Like they don't see that stuff. I wouldn't change any of that. That makes this even better.
Great.
Even sweeter. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Real quick, because you were talking about like if someone's never been to a show and what to expect. To me, I would tell people going to the Pinnacle Friday or Saturday, where it's a little bit of a smaller venue.
Yep.
You're up close. It's more intimate. You can hear the grunts and the slams and
It's the way to do
everything.
it.
So why would that be beneficial to somebody that may be doing this for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, like you go to WrestleMania and you're in the 300 section.
You can't see
the guys are an inch tall, and you have to listen to their music. Like I was at WrestleMania 3. I mean, I could barely see the people in the ring. It didn't matter. I was there. And that started my addiction for this. But in a building like that, there is no bad seat at the Pinnacle.
Yeah,
you could be in the very back row in the balcony. You're 45 feet from the ring.
Right.
It's not a massive building. It will be full. It will be electric, and you will have a good time. I promise you. What I am not, it's not hyperbole. I'm not blowing smoke. If you go and buy a ticket and you don't have a good time, I will give you your money back. My money, not TNA. They're not covering this. I'll pay you out of my own bank account. That's how much I believe in it. There is nothing better than live pro wrestling. And I've gone to all of it. The circus, Cirque du Soleil, exotic dancing. I've seen all forms of entertainment, and there is nothing better for your money than pro wrestling.
Our producer's grandfather was a legendary pro wrestler.
No way.
Yeah, he wrestled in the NWA, actually under Jerry Jarrett. So back in the way back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what.
Tell him his name.
Lorenzo Parente. Yeah, his first match was in Amarillo, Texas.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. So he's heard some stories.
I'm sure. Yeah, some ones that we can't even probably say.
Yeah. There was a time when he went to Australia and was Andre the Giant's tag team partner round robin for 6 months.
That's unbelievable. He drank a couple beers, I bet.
No doubt.
I guarantee it.
Well, speaking of, we're going to give a 4-pack of tickets for Impact Saturday night.
You can't call me about the free tickets. If you get free tickets, I'm not coming.
No, these are free.
I'm not giving you your money back on the free ones.
First caller, 615-737-1025. We'll hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets to see Impact Saturday night at Pinnacle. Eric, it's been fun, man. Always love catching up with you. Thanks for doing this.
From home.
Absolutely.
Cheers,
and we'll talk hockey next time too. So
awesome.
We'll make that happen. Eric Young, you can see him Saturday night at the Pinnacle. TNA Wrestling. We'll have more coming. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Appreciate Eric Young for joining us.
I'd like to see him Friday night put a metal chair to your back.
Okay.
Would you do that?
That might fix it. It might make it feel better.
I went to the last one a few weeks ago at the Pinnacle, and we're in the third row, and some dude got hit in the back with a metal chair, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I would do that.
I would. I mean, look, we all know I'm not in great physical shape, and I'm not an athlete. But if I felt like I could be safe, and somebody like Eric or whoever could teach me how to take like a bump, as they call it, I would do it. One time, like give me a choke slam or just like
I don't
slam
think you
me
would
in the
get.
ring.
I mean, no offense, I don't think you would get up.
I probably wouldn't, but if I knew what it's basically like you got to learn how to fall.
Yeah.
And like not be scared to fall. I mean, you probably remember this, Nick, like stories of your grandfather of like it's all about. And what was interesting, I was watching the WWE, the Unreal thing, and Jelly Roll going through the training, and there was a spot where he was going to be laid on the announce table, and Logan Paul was going to elbow drop him through the table. He was going to elbow drop, and the table was going to break. And it was the one thing that he hadn't really been able to train for. And so he's sitting there with Michael Hayes, and Michael Hayes is like, look, right as he's coming at you, raise up a little bit where you're not flat on the table. And that way that's going to take some of the impact away. And he goes, so it won't hurt. And he goes, oh, it's going to hurt. It'll hurt more tomorrow.
Right.
Like your adrenaline's up during the match. Like it's going to hurt. Like it's a tough bump to take, but that's how you learn is how to, not get full impact, but it's still like that's why I get so mad when people are like, oh, it's fake. I'm like, no, these dudes get hurt.
So in your life, what's the worst injury you've had?
Me?
Yeah.
And I've been lucky. I mean, I hate answering this question because I don't want to break that luck. I sprained ankle.
Okay. Now, Dr. Crane, you had
that hurt like a
lacerated kidney or something. What'd you have?
I had a trailer door follow me at the age of 8.
No, I thought you got hurt in a football game.
Well,
some dude landed on you.
That too. Yeah, that was the ambulance ride. But no, I've had other stuff where I got knocked out from a trailer door and broke my arm and broke my wrist and crawled out to live the tale.
A trailer door? What were you doing?
It was. Well, we had a garage sale, and there was a Dukes of Hazzard RC car that I liked, and they were going to give it away. I was like, no, don't do that. And I thought the door was light, but it wasn't. And it's like one of those ramp doors, so it fell right onto me. And then there was a fence behind me. Thank goodness it was there, but it caught half of it, and it crushed.
How old were you again?
I was 8 years old, going into 3rd grade.
God bless you, buddy.
So every
that's
single
the
year.
reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of them. Now, every year I went to grade school, I had like a broken arm or a broken ankle. But
that's your active kid, man.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Broke my wrist blocking a field goal in football, and then
what? How do you break a wrist doing that?
I went like this for the PAT, and then it just snapped my wrist, hairline fracture.
Ow. Did you get right in front? So you got the full.
Yeah, well, I did a full dive, and it caught the top part of my hand, and it cocked my wrist way back. Yeah.
Did you block the kick?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't have to fucking go up.
I played with the club the next 2 weeks. It was awesome.
All right. I got a crackback. They're illegal now in football. I got wide receiver hit me in the breastplate between the shoulder pads and cracked my sternum. I actually thought I was dead. Laid on the ground, couldn't breathe, and the ref, I'll never forget, he said, hell, we should give you last rites. And I was like, this is not a time to laugh. And I spent like 2 days in the hospital. I thought I was dead. I could not breathe. So it cracked my sternum. I mean, it was the worst pain ever.
That's a hell of a hit.
That ref's doing now. I mean, helmet first. It's illegal now. Now you got to be on the front side. I wasn't looking. They made those. Those were really bad. And they were legal in the NFL until like 15, 20 years ago.
I'll never forget. There was a guy who was playing receiver. I was a junior. He was a senior. And I don't even remember who we were playing. And he had, the coaches were like, stop lowering your head. Like when you're, getting tackled, like, keep your head up.
That's right.
And he took a hit. I mean, like right to the side of the helmet, head on. It was helmet. It was personal foul.
God.
But I mean, he got the pee knocked out of him. And so trainers go running. I mean, he's laid out. trainers go running out. They want me to go to because I have water and all this stuff. So I'm out there, and I'll never forget. And he was okay, so it's I can laugh now, but I'll never forget. The trainer said, they're talking to him and like, do you know where you are? And he's like, yeah, I'm in Nashville. I'm like, okay, who's the president? And we had just that day had a test of one of the history teachers loved Abraham Lincoln and would have us recite the Gettysburg Address. And he had to do that day. And he goes, Abraham Lincoln.
That's not bad.
And starts reciting the Gettysburg Address laid out on the field.
Only 140 years late, but that's not bad.
Yeah. And so then the trainer looks at the coach and goes, yeah, I think he has a concussion. And I go, you think?
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's funny you bring that up. Bo Jackson was on the Dan Patrick show last week. They asked about his worst hit. Did you hear this? And he got hit helmet to helmet. Just reminded me of that. And Bo got up and he said, I went to the sidelines, took my chin strap off, my helmet off. And I sat there, I was like, man, I'm not feeling really good. And a guy walked over and said, hey, man, you're on the wrong sideline. He got hit so hard. And Bo telling it's funny because he's like, I got up and just walked straight to the bench and sat down. And I had fumbled. I let Steve Berline down. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I got to go apologize to Steve. And somebody walked over and said, hey, man, you're on the wrong sideline. And they showed video. He was on the wrong sideline. Had to go back out. So look, concussions are nothing.
Well, and we know so much more now. Like, I mean, you've probably seen this. Like, I've seen a guy get hit in the head and then walk over to the sideline and throw up.
Yeah,
because they got hit so hard, and it's like, all right, he's okay, put him back in, and that's how it was. It wasn't we didn't know, and now it's like, kudos to the leagues and everything that will be like, no,
yeah. Well, we walked back to my desk. I got like 15 football helmets. I got one from the '90s that I had, and the one that MTSU gave me. I mean, it is night and day holding those helmets. The padding from the '90s, it's like paper towels in there, and the ones from 2 years ago that I got, I mean, that thing is
complex,
like a tank. It's like a tank in there, and it should be. I'm telling you, football now has never been as safe as it is right now. But it starts with youth coaches teaching them how to tackle. That's the bottom line.
615-737-1025. We'll have more coming on Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, we started this about 2.5 years ago talking about mental health on our show, how men need to reach out. And I'm telling you, one of the greatest things I get almost all the time, men reaching out to me, telling me they've gone to therapy. Therapy helps so much. It opens up. And I tell you all the time, you don't have to go through this alone. Like the great Maya Angelou said, every storm runs out of rain. All right. So we need you here when you're going through something to go to therapy. And that's why here at 1025 The Game, we were so honored. We've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, just an amazing place right here in Middle Tennessee for therapy, for you to get well. And here's the best part. It works. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there you will see a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. Again, so many have reached out to us. We've got a partner that truly cares about you. And listen, again, you don't have to go through this alone. It's private. It's confidential, and they offer telehealth. Yes, based right here in Middle Tennessee. I don't need to know what you're talking about. I just need you to go. Therapy changed my life, and I want that for you. Also, if you've got a loved one who needs to talk and you're worried about how they're acting and some things that are bothering them, you could be that person that changes their world. Sit down with them. Talk to them. Again, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there you'll see a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. Help is just around the corner, and we love you guys, and you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. Just saw some sad news that actor James Vanderbeek, who was on Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues, has passed away at the age of 48 after a battle with colon cancer. So
Awful.
hate seeing that. We were just talking during the break when we saw the news that it was Varsity Blues that he was in with John Voight as the coach.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
mean,
movie.
Yeah, a really good movie. And that's tough. I mean, Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down passed away from cancer last weekend, and now at 48, just tragic. Leaves behind
six kids, I think.
So what it says, yeah. Terrible. Just terrible. Yeah. Those like Remember the Titans, and for me it was All the Right Moves. Those football movies were always so good. There's always stories behind it. I don't know of a bad football movie. I really don't.
No. Varsity Blues was. What's the one? So I think it's Blue Mountain State, or that was the parody of Varsity Blues, essentially, that has the "Can he play, coach? He can't even walk," or something like that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, there's a good.
Can he play?
That one. Yeah.
That's good. Friday Night Lights was. I mean, I like the movie. I like the TV show. What's the other one? All the Right Moves.
Remember the
Titans. I'm leaving one more out.
Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday's a good one.
The
Program. I
yeah.
can't forget that one. The Program was good. That came out in the mid-90s.
Well,
it was good. That's terrible, man.
I mean, do you consider Jerry Maguire a football movie?
Do not.
I mean, it has a
great movie,
a subplot of it, but yeah.
Any movie that puts vernacular into the pop culture is good. Show Me the Money. I mean, that's a great scene, and all those things. It's a great movie.
So I finally have started watching Landman. I think you would like it. I've watched 2 episodes, and I'm not one of those to be like, oh, you have to watch it. Like, but knowing you,
yeah,
I think you would watch it because Billy Bob Thornton plays himself. He's such a smartass. Like, it's the fun. Like, my girlfriend was laughing at me, laughing at him because I'm like, he is such a smartass to like his ex-wife, to everyone. Like, this cop's giving him crap about something. He's like, go do something else.
What is that on? I don't know.
It's on Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Right.
But it's fantastic. But the reason I bring this up is there's a scene where they go to a football game, and I'm pretty sure it's a high school stadium, and like it shows you how different football is in Texas, and just how, like, because I remember going there as a kid, going to see family. I'm like, oh, what college is that? No, son, that's a high school.
Right?
Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, he was in Friday Night Lights, the movie. He was in that.
Sure was,
so.
yeah. Billy Bob is an underrated actor.
His best role was the smart-ass, sissy casino poker guy in Tombstone.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Because he was like 100 pounds heavier.
Yep.
And then Kurt Russell just smacked him around. And I was like,
I like him in Armageddon.
He's good.
He's good in Armageddon. Because, again, he's a smartass. Like, that's just him.
Yeah.
Like, he plays that role.
You know who he used to be married to?
I did. I knew. What's her name? I knew you were going to bring this up, and now I forgot.
Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then wasn't he married to
look it up.
she was in James Bond.
Halle Berry?
No. No, but I think it's that same movie. Let's see. Angelina Jolie. No, never mind. Okay. He's been married like 5 times.
Yeah, I forgot he won an Academy Award for Sling Blade. Best writing. Which is just I mean, come on. John Ritter was so good in Sling Blade, man. That is such a good movie.
But yeah, I do. I've watched 2 episodes of Landman. Definitely think I recommend it.
Yeah, he's been married a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, man, just keep doing it till you get it right.
A Simple Plan. He was in that.
That's a great movie.
He was nominated for
Bill Paxton.
Best Actor in that one. So, he's been in a lot from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Hey.
So there you go. We will have more coming in hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, hour number 3, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. We got another mock draft. It's mock draft season, Joe.
No,
I know you love these.
No. It'll drive you crazy. If it's not Reuben Bain at 4, I don't care about it.
I'm seeing a lot that like Field Yates did his today that have David Bailey from Texas Tech.
Probably not.
Dr. Crane doesn't like him. I mean, I want Reuben Bain. I've been banging the Reuben Bain bandwagon for a long time.
Now, is this where he amends it next week and changes it around and all that? By the way, David Bailey's not bad. You know who his uncle was, right?
Robert Bailey?
Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey. Oh.
Good guy. Good Army guy. Good soldier. Had a knack for being funny.
This is what he says. The Titans could easily go wide receiver with this pick to further support Cam Ward, but Bailey addresses another roster hole the new head coach Robert Saleh would surely be thrilled to tackle. Bailey led the FBS in sacks with 14.5 during his lone season at Texas Tech after 3 seasons at Stanford. A number of those sacks came from his lightning fast first step, with the best of any collegiate rusher, and he has the instincts to get his hands up in the passing lanes.
Okay. I that's fine, but I want a pass rusher. I want
if they end up taking, I mean, I want Reuben Bain, number 1. But if they take Bailey, I'm probably not going to hate it.
Your boy Phil Yates on TV right now talking about he's got Fernando. Tell you what, man, that Fernando Mendoza at number 1. Going, look at how angry.
Do you think he's gonna be good in the NFL? It's so hard to say with quarterbacks.
He's different, man. He's different. I mean, he's a different cat. And
well, here's what I think too. And Jeff Fisher talked about this with us the other day, that anymore they don't give these kids time. They don't give them time to develop. Like you got to throw them in as the starter, and if you don't see results in basically a year or 2, you're out. The guy that just led his team to a Super Bowl championship was written off 5 years ago.
Yeah. And sooner than that too.
And got in the right offense, sat back and learned, didn't have the pressure, and then all of a sudden becomes one of the most sought after quarterbacks in the league and leads his team to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So you would think that coaches and owners and GMs would look at that and say, okay, maybe we need to be more patient and help develop these guys.
It ain't going to happen.
I know it's not, but I mean, you would think that they would.
If it ain't working in a year, they're not sitting around 3 years.
You're right. They're not, but it's the wrong approach.
You know what I like is the quarterback for the Saints, Tyler Shuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cast off. We're going to run the season out. Nobody cares. We'll get a high draft choice. And that dude balled out, right? I mean, So the opportunity to present yourself. I blame Sam Darnold for New York. I don't blame Adam Gase I blame Sam Darnold.
I blame the coaching.
So why did it work with Tyler Shuck in New Orleans? Why does it work with these other quarterbacks, not with him?
But there's plenty of examples where it doesn't work. I mean,
right.
Kirk Cousins took time.
So stop blaming everybody else. We're not blaming. Sam Darnold was terrible in New York.
I'm not saying
you are, but we want to blame the coach there and it just wasn't good.
Let me ask you this. If I had to just say to you right now, you got to say one way or another. Let's say Will Levis gets shipped off to I like their idea of putting him with McVay for a year or 2. He's got 1 year left on his rookie deal. You send him to LA, he backs up Stafford, and he's in the McVay system. Would you, yes or no, be surprised if he ended up getting another shot to be a starter and it was actually
not at all
successful?
Because he's part of that McVay coaching part, right?
That's what Darnold went to Shanahan for a year.
Yeah, that's right.
You had who else has gone through
that? Baker Mayfield play for the Rams for a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
So find those opportunities and do that and build a quarterback.
I just my whole thing is, and I understand the why. Like I'm telling you, I get the why, but they give up on these quarterbacks way too fast because they're not getting developed in college. Because the college coach doesn't give a rat's ass if they make it in the NFL or not. They just want to win now. So they're not getting developed in college. And then they get to the NFL where the game is much faster. And it's like you either get it or you get out. And it's if you take some time, Baker Mayfield's another prime example, then you might actually see better quarterback play because the quarterback play across the league is not very good.
If Cam Ward was a 5th-round draft choice, you think he starts every game last year?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Right? So we have when you know. Well, I mean, when you know if the guy's not going to be developed.
Sure.
He's not going to get it. If he can't read a too deep zone or doesn't see the corner playing off.
But everybody said that
they know this.
Everybody said that Sam Darnold wasn't good and wasn't going to be developed, and he just won the Super Bowl.
You got 5 years. He came out in 18, right?
Yeah.
You got 7 years
Baker
to wait
Mayfield.
for him?
Everybody said, nah, he sucks.
You got 7 years to wait for him? You don't have that anymore.
That's why I understand.
I don't want to trade Will Levis. I don't want to trade him yet.
Yeah.
See what he comes here to do and let you give me experience backup behind Cam Ward. But I don't want to trade Will Levis
2
right
years
now.
from now, who's better, Cam Ward or Will Levis?
It's a tough question. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yep. But when it's not working,
Sure.
when it's not working.
Sure. But I mean, I think everybody's just going to have to live with the thought of it's not working here. It might work over there.
Prime example, the Tua train, right? We knew that wouldn't work a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And they kept trying and trying. And now,
well, but again, I think we know why it's not working. The guy's gotten the what beat out of him.
So move on from him.
It's agree.
That simple.
I agree.
By the way, Malik Willis will be the starting quarterback for the Dolphins.
I also agree with that.
So, I mean, that's the thing. Find a quarterback. Look, we talked about Darnold being the quarterback that's been on 5. Chris Chandler had 5 opportunities. Baker Mayfield. Sometimes it doesn't work. You need to change the scenery. It works out. But if it's not working where you are, then go. It's fine. You move on. You find somebody else to go and do that. I mean, if Cam shows no progress this year and is no good, doesn't get better with Dayball and a new system and everything else, then it's a big question next year. Like, all right, is this ever going to work out? I hope it does. I think he's got talent. Everybody wanted him. Dayball wanted him with the Giants. I think he could work out, but it's got to be the right fit. And that's the thing. You got to find the right fit, the right system, the right coaches go along with it. And once you do, you hit pay dirt, man.
And I think they have that. I think Brian Dayball is the right fit, and he's going to know real quick. And look, Cam showed signs of going in the right direction. Now,
but you hit the point. You had a great point about Cam, but halfway through the year, he was like, I'm going to do this by myself. I'm going to set a bad word right there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to do this S on myself. I'm going to get it done myself.
Because he had he knew this coaching staff wasn't going to be back.
Right.
And I mean,
no
offense.
The game plan's terrible.
Right. No offense. There were some good coaches on that staff, but it started at the top, and he was a nice guy. He was not a head coach. And I don't think he's an offensive coordinator either. And so he was set up to fail from the beginning.
Yeah. And I want to ask Dayball, if we ever get a chance to talk to him, like, when you were the Giants last year, why were you giving up the farm for Cam Ward?
Right.
What did you see in Cam Ward that maybe none of us saw that you wanted him so bad in New York City to work around? And I'm interested to see what he says about that and then go forward. I wonder if him and Cam have already started talking. I wonder if the dynamics working.
But I mean, like, it applies to us too. I mean,
you put me in this.
Don't we work better? Obviously you and I work very well together.
Yeah.
So, this
when
show,
you're not putting me down.
Yeah, well, I try. This show works because of our chemistry. I mean, I think it goes that way.
Good point.
In real life. I mean, we've had bosses that we vibe with. We've had bosses that we can't stand. I mean, it's like that in real life too. If Dayball and Cam Ward, if that marriage works, then I think you're going to see a much better Cam Ward.
Absolutely, 100%. And I'm excited for it. I'm truly excited to see what this staff and Dayball could bring to the Titans, and hopefully it's a success.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Chad, we'll get your call coming up next, and also back on our question of the day. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5, the game here on this Wednesday. We'll get back to our question of the day here in just a second, but I know Chad wanted to weigh in on our quarterback conversation. Chad, what's up?
Yeah, I feel like the quarterback is the reason why the quarterback play in the NFL is so poor is because how difficult it is. I did it in a bowl game many years ago, probably not very well, and the bowl game wasn't much, not one you'd ever heard of. But it does give you a perspective when you really see when you've got, nowadays 6'4", 6'5" Micah Parson types out there that can run a 4.3, 4.3.5 coming for you. It requires very unique, special set of abilities, and you're just not going to find it very often. And as far as I just feel like the Cam Ward thing, I think you said it best. If he was a 5th round draft pick, would he even sniff the field? And that's dead on. And there was a time when the Titans back, was it week 10, week 11, they were sitting in the number 1 spot. And boy, if I own that team, I'm not telling anybody, and they call it tanking or whatever. I look at getting a quality quarterback almost like if you think of a hedge fund guy or something, that's gold. That's the number 1. And I'm all in, especially when you're losing and you have a losing for these last 2, you have one job, whoever the chief of that organization, that is finding it's really one of 8 or 10 human beings on the planet that can do it at that level. You have to have one of 8 guys. Otherwise, you're not going to win. And history has shown that. History has shown in the modern day history that if you're not one of 8 guys, you're not going to win. The 85 Bears thing, that happened 40 years ago, and that probably may never happen again. And so how are you going to you were sitting there with the number 1 spot. Boy, I'll tell you what, Fernando Mendoza would have been coming to Tennessee if I had any say-so in the situation. But I don't know. I think, another key, and I'll be curious what you think about this, and I have a quick question. I think Will Levis is a piece that, I wouldn't compare him to Sam Darnold, but, situations like that is how you get there. If I'm coming off Will Levis and trading him, I want to trade him for someone who's in a similar situation, whether it's, and I don't know if it's Anthony Richardson. I don't know where that potential piece is, but I want a quarterback room. I'm not just looking for one guy. I'm looking for a quarterback room and trying to find it. Here's a quick question.
Sure.
If J.J. McCarthy, if you try to trade him, and I've asked this question, I'm a sports radio germ, and I've asked this, and the answers to this is unbelievable with the from all the way from the end of the 1st round pick to a 5th round pick. If you're the Minnesota Vikings and you want to bring in a veteran, let's say they offer Daniel Jones the keys, if he comes back healthy, and they say, in return, we're going to trade J.J. McCarthy so you're not looking over your shoulder. What can the Minnesota Vikings get for J.J. McCarthy? A year ago, they probably could have got a top 5 pick. What can they get today for J.J. McCarthy?
Hold on. Chad, before you go, where did you play football?
Yeah.
Where did you play football?
I played junior college football. It was a junior college championship game back in the 80s when they had what they called the Midwest Bowl. But there was some hosses. We played against the Illinois State Championship, and they had 24 Division I players. It was Prop 48 time, where a lot of times guys couldn't get that 18 on the ACT. So they went to a year of junior college or 2 years of junior college, and they ended up in Notre Dame in the late 80s, or Colorado was the big school. So I was playing quarterback. We were down 49-0 at halftime on the Lake Michigan, and I was running for my life as these guys were just killing me, and I'm just dropping back and throwing balloons trying to throw it up to anybody. And then I took those shoulder pads off, and 6 months later I was playing the Grand Ole Opry, saying, this has probably got a little more longevity.
Oh yeah. Hold on. So you got 2 years of junior college eligibility, right?
I got 1 year as a freshman. I walked away from that game, pulled the shoulder pads off, and said, I've always been kind of a 50% jock, 50% musician. So I said, at that moment, that was the end of my football career right there. And as I walked away from it on November 29th or whenever that bowl game was.
Right. Yeah.
I walked away from school. I walked away from college and walked onto the intermediate music stage.
Well, me and Pavia should sue to get some eligibility back, right? You want to do that? You and me and
we
him?
could do it, right?
Wait, hold on. What are you doing now? You're a musician?
Yeah, I'm a career musician. That was in the 80s. So I've 35 years. I'm just a Nashville side guy.
Hey, that's
just a musician, man.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I can't complain. That's and if that's deep catalog right there, that's a shout out to Todd Snyder. He had a song called "I Can't Complain," and we miss Todd Snyder. He was one of the great talents of all time.
That's right, man.
Awesome. Chad, thanks for the call. Don't be a stranger.
Hey, good stuff, fellas. Hey, let me know what you guys take on the JJ McCarthy. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll answer that. I say a fourth or a fifth.
No, man.
So I know this isn't apples to apples, but I just compared his stats to Levis's stats, and obviously Levis has played more games than McCarthy. He's played 10 games in the National Football League. He's 6-4, but he's thrown 11 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
McCarthy?
Yeah, and he's got a 57.6 completion percentage. Levis is right at 61, 21 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and he's 5-16.
Give me the McCarthy that beat the Bears on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dynamic. What the hell happened? I know he got injured, but he came back. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's tough.
Would Harbaugh want him? Do you trade him to be the backup with the Chargers?
Who did they get recently? Who's that backup quarterback for the Chargers?
It was Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. He's terrible, by the way.
Who's going to be, I think, a free agent.
I mean, then you got, J.J. McCarthy's so young. He's going to, Harbaugh's the one that told about how great he was, and he won the national championship. That's a great question, Chad. Thank you. I wouldn't take him. I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it. I'd rather have Will Levis.
Here's the thing that I will always remember. Floyd saying that a player is available, either he's a free agent or he's available for trade for these reasons: bad player, bad guy, bad contract. Really, those are the main three things. There's a reason that he's available.
Yeah, right.
So if it's bad player, then you're not going to give up much for him. Because if you're trying to get rid of him, there's a reason that you're trying to get rid of him.
That's why I always said, why are they trying to get rid of whoever it is? Like, why are they trying to get rid of this one player? What's going on? And so Floyd is absolutely correct with that of what the hell? Do a deep dive and figure out why they don't want him anymore.
Right. Our question of the day is,
so 42 years ago today, one of the best concerts ever. Well, it is the best concert ever in Nashville, happened at Municipal Auditorium. Van Halen on the 1984 tour came to town. They were the biggest band in the world at the time. Heavy rotation on MTV. It was a fantastic night. So we ask, to me, that was the greatest concert ever. We ask you, what is the greatest concert you've ever been to in honor of the Van Halen concert 42 years ago today?
Jack wants to weigh in on that. Jack, what you got?
Well, it's kind of out of left field. I grew up in the Houston area in the 70s. So I saw Elton touring behind Yellow Brick Road. I saw Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I went and saw Sly and the Family Stone, the loudest show I ever went to.
Wow.
But the best one I ever saw was a pre-centerfold Jay Giles band.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of shows. I've played a lot of shows. I've been around bands and music and stages most of my life. And I've never seen another band. Of course, they had Wolf fronting them back then. They could walk out and 30 seconds into it, it was like a bomb had went off. And they had the whole crowd all the way back to the fire marshal by the short hairs.
Woo!
Just that fast. And I got to follow them for 3 dates across East Texas, and all 3 of them were just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
The Jay guy. What year are we looking at here?
This would have been like 72.
Oh my gosh.
73. Because see, they started out as a pretty hardcore R&B blues influenced band. And by the time you saw them with centerfold and all that, well, that was trying to pay off some debt and just do whatever they could to make some money.
Did well.
But when they were young at it, they were a steamroller.
Yeah.
Nice. I never would have thought that, man. Thank you for that call.
Thanks for the call, Jack. Appreciate it.
I did not have that on my bingo card.
No,
The Jay
that's-
Giles band. That's why I
good.
love the question. I know people asking.
We'll
About
take more calls. Got several people that are calling in, so hang tight. We'll get to you coming up next. It's Chasing Big Joe on this Wednesday, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Catch NASCAR coming up on the Game Nashville Sports Network all season. Tonight, you can hear qualifying of the Daytona 500 beginning at 7 o'clock after Penalty Box Radio. We'll have you covered on racing this season. Hey, and Big Joe, you're going to be out the Gaylord Opryland Convention Center this Friday, right after our show until 5 o'clock for the National Wild Turkey Federation Sports Show.
Come out and see us. That's gonna. There's like 75,000 people over there. Something crazy over there. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait to be out there Friday, man.
Get your tickets now and check out the latest gear from the hottest outdoor brands and more than 500 exhibitors will be on site. For more information, visit nwtf.org. Our question of the day: best concert. Is that how we're wording it? Best concert you've been to?
Everyone. Best concert you've ever been to.
Let's go to Edward. Edward, what you got?
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you, Edward.
Hey, I want to make a comment after I tell you who my number one is about Van Halen, Joe. I guess my number one, I'm going to give it to you real quick. Elvis Presley, April of '74, Murphy Center. I can remember 2001 Space Odyssey being played at the beginning.
Yeah.
The arena starts. The drum roll starts, and he comes out, and the crowd comes unglued. That'd be number one. Probably Rolling Stones at Legion Field, '89. And then Michael Jackson at Neyland Stadium in '84. Joe, I went to the Van Halen concert at the arena downtown Nashville Municipal in '82, the Diver Down tour.
Oh, okay.
First time it ever happened. I could not hear when I walked out of that concert. I thought I'd lost my hearing. It was so loud. Unbelievable. But that would be my number one, Elvis Presley in '74 at Murphy Center.
I
That's
love
a good
it,
one.
man.
Thanks, Edward.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Edward.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Mike and Gallatin, what you got?
Okay, so I'm definitely not going to be able to top any of these like massive concerts that everybody else is mentioning, but mine's for like a more of a sentimental value. 2000 Starwood Amphitheater. My dad got me tickets to go see Britney Spears. I was sitting front row, dead center, and shoulder to shoulder with nobody, no other than Frank Wycheck himself.
Nice.
Sitting right next to him. He had brought his, I believe, his daughter or somebody to the show with him. But we were singing borderline karaoke Britney Spears with each other side by side, getting kisses and all sorts of things blown at each other. I'm assuming she was probably blowing them at Frank. But at 10 years old, I was completely thinking that was for me. So it was a memory that honestly, like, again, rest in peace, Frank Wycheck.
Well, that's the thing.
I'll never forget.
It doesn't have to. It's got to be your opinion. Your opinion matters. It's not every. If that was great, that's great.
I will literally never forget the moment of Frank Wycheck and myself singing "Oops, I Did It Again" word for word together. So you think these big NFL dudes are all big and tough, but man, Frank's got that soft pop side he forever is my favorite. Probably my favorite Titan for moments like that.
I love
That's
it,
a good
man.
one. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hair Metal Henry said, Joe, I meant to tell you, speaking of the oldest T-shirts from the other day, Laura still has her T-shirt from that 1984 Van Halen concert.
No way.
The little guy with a big hammer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. A couple of texts. Rush, the Permanent Waves tour in 1978 or 79. Let's see. Ryan in Florida. Aaron Tippin, he built a bike on stage while singing Working Man PhD. It's pretty cool, actually. David wants to weigh in on our question of the day. David, what you got?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to tell you, I was a leadhead. And I got to see Led Zeppelin 3 times in concert. And the last time I saw them was when Kashmir came out. And I'm sitting third row. And I'm sitting maybe 20 feet from Jimmy Page. And the lights went down after they did 3 sets. And he picked up the double neck guitar, which you know what that means, Stairway to Heaven. Oh. And I was looking at him, and I'm 25 feet from him, for God's sake. And there's a bottle of Jack Daniels sitting on one of the amps. He picks it up, opens up the bottle brand new, and drinks half of it, guzzles half of it, and then starts in on Stairway to Heaven.
That's
and
pretty impressive.
I'll never forget it. But when they sang Kashmir, if you've ever heard Kashmir, you know that scream that Robert Plant had. When he screamed, I think all 25,000 people in the Coliseum screamed with it.
Where were you? Where was this show?
It was in the Coliseum in Ohio.
Very cool.
That is
Coliseum.
great. Good memory.
But one other thing was I'm a movie buff. I mean, music buff. I absolutely love Paul Rogers and Bad Company. So when they came out, with the albums Feel Like Making Love and Bad Company, I had to go see him. And my friend and I, he had connections. His mom had connections. So we were able to always get top 10 rows. We were sitting in the 7th row, and we looked at each other and said, who's opening? He says, I don't know. And so this band comes out and plays 3 songs. And I just looked at my friend, his name was David too, and I said, There ain't no way Bad Company stopping them. What the hell was that? Well, guess what? It was Aerosmith.
Oh,
yeah.
And I said, I don't know who that singer is, but we got to get that album. And we did. And of course, you know, the rest is history with Aerosmith. But just wanted to share that with you because I'm still think Led Zeppelin's the best rock band of all time.
That's awesome. Thank you,
David.
brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, you guys have a good. Yeah, I love the way you guys end your show. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 615-737-1025. Terry McCormick has weighed in on this. Terry, what's up?
How's it going, guys? Sorry to kind of come in uninvited.
No,
today,
you're good.
But I got to weigh in on this one. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough. I have actually been to 2 concerts where I actually met the band before and after, one before and one after. So that stands out pretty big. In 1986, a friend of mine won a radio contest, and we met the Monkees on their reunion tour, and that was a great show.
Oh, wow.
Was
That's
that
cool.
all 4 of them?
That was no Mike Nesmith. It was Mickey Dolenz, Peter Tork, and Davy Jones.
Okay.
And then the other one was like in 2002. Remember the old Uptown Mix?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Knack played there, and I hung out with them backstage after the show. It was awesome.
Oh, please tell me they played My Sharona.
They did.
Okay,
They did.
good. All right. You never know these days, man.
Oh, yeah, they did. They, you know, I mean, they're really not a one-hit wonder. They had 4 or 5 songs that most people would recognize, but definitely My Sharona tops the list for most people.
Uptown Mix. Man, you're dating yourself, brother.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's good stuff.
All right.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks. See ya.
Terry McCormick joining us. All right. How many times have you gotten to go backstage?
Oh, twice or 3.
Yeah, that's one thing that I haven't done a ton of. And they've both been with our dear friend Haley from 1029 The Buzz.
Right.
Alice Cooper and Hailstorm were playing at the Opry House, and we went backstage and met Lizzie Hale and Hailstorm, which was cool. And then I went back with her a couple times. She was doing stage announcements, and Papa Roach was backstage, and I think it was Hailstorm again.
So 2. It's only Brett
Yeah.
Michaels and Poison met him, and then we met Duran Duran. And my friend said, I'll never forget, Greg, if you're listening. Greg said, "Hey, I love you guys with the Power Station." And then John Taylor says, "You mean the dead station? Everybody's dead." And then he walked off. Like Robert Palmer was in there, and the drummer, I forget who, has passed away. And it was like the most awkward thing. And then Simon LeBon apologized for that. And then he said, "What did you ask him?" And he said, "We really liked the Power Station." And then Simon LeBon says, "Well, you know, you're at a Duran Duran concert, right?" And then he walked off. It was just like, what the hell? And that's
So, like,
it.
none of them liked the Power Station, I guess.
Well, they were in Power. Hell, half
Yeah.
of them were in the Power Station. It was just like, you know, you're back there and they're coming down the line. Funny story. If you're anybody out there, I wasn't there. They said the Ringo Starr meet and greet, it was one of the best of all time because you had to pay like $500 to meet Ringo Starr. And he comes down the line. He's like, "How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?" And spent maybe a quarter of a second with you. And my friend's like, "I paid $500 to have a Beatle come by and basically just walk past me." I'm like, "You knew it, man."
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Tom wants to weigh in on this. Tom, what's up?
Hi, guys.
How you
In
doing?
1977, I saw the Eagles Hotel California tour, and I saw Leonard Skinner 5 months before their plane crash.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Where at?
Maybe a quarter of a
Where was it?
I paid $500.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Tom.
I like conversations.
Joe wants to weigh in. Joe, what you got?
Hey, I saw Prince in Morris Day at First Avenue in Minneapolis, St. Paul in the early 80s. And let me tell you, I don't remember much of it.
So you were having fun?
It was the wildest concert I've ever been to. He was up high. You stood everyone was kind of in a pit type thing. It was wild. Chicks everywhere. Oh,
But
I'm still shivering.
But Joe, wasn't that the impetus for Purple Rain? They filmed that in Minneapolis because he was so popular. Morris, they're all so popular up there. I mean, that kind of started the Purple Rain thing right there when you were there.
Yeah, he actually played Purple Rain on the stage, and then Morris Day came out and sang The Bird, which he's crazy anyway. But it was a wild concert, let me tell you.
Oh, that's awesome, man! Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
cool. Thanks,
Thank
Joe.
you. Have a good day, guys. See you again.
You too. Appreciate the call. Good stuff.
Great
stuff today.
stuff, pal.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. The Power Station on The Power Show, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. on this Wednesday. We've had a lot of fun with the question of the day and talking to you about this. So hope you've enjoyed it too.
I have, pal. Thanks for
Yeah,
asking.
it's been good.
I really do.
With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have National Latte Day. If you like a latte, there you go. National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. You could spill some milk in a latte. International Inventors Day. Get Out Your Guitar Day. Chase McCabe.
Oh, yeah.
Guitarist right there. Grandmother Achievement Day. Shout out to the grandmother. Shout out to Nani. Electrified Day, whatever. Yeah. International Day of Women's and Girls Science. Congrats to that. Let's see. National Make a Friend Day. That's fun. Pro Sports Wives Day. Shout out to the sports wives,
Right.
Yeah. Promise Day is today. And then White Shirt Day. You guys wearing a white shirt?
I'm not.
You got one underneath.
And then Satisfied Staying Single Day is today. So
go back to the electricity day.
Yeah, I know.
What's the picture?
It's a light bulb.
But what are you knowing?
It's just a light bulb.
How about be electric?
Yeah.
In your life, be electric.
It's electric.
It's like Electrific Day. Is that right?
Sure. If you say so.
Oh, no. I'm saying it wrong, aren't I, Joe?
No, you're not.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
I'm just always curious what the picture matches what you're saying.
Yeah. A lot of things don't match in my brain. But National Peppermint Patty Day is today. Those are delicious to eat. National Shut-In Visitation Day. Now, this one can't give the picture description for. So,
Shut-In Visitation Day?
Yeah, can't give the description for.
Well, it's that kidnapping?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just a odd picture. We'll get to it after the show.
Okay.
All right.
We'll circle back and get to it.
For celebrity birthdays. This day, February 11th. There's not a lot of birthdays today, so we'll have a little fun with it. All right. First birthday, Chase, you go first. HBO boxing guy, Larry Merchant.
81.
80.
95. Dr. Crane, she lives down in Columbia or Franklin or Spring Hill or somewhere. Sheryl Crow.
57.
56.
64.
Wow.
Chase, from your favorite TV show of all time, Jennifer Aniston. By the way, in Horrible Bosses,
she's great.
All
right.
Whew.
Rachel Green is 52.
54.
57.
Dang.
Dr. Crane, one of your favorite singers, Brandy. How old is Brandy? She's a fine girl too.
What a good wife she would be.
62.
For you answer. Do you have any idea who Brandy is?
Nope.
Only Brandy that comes to mind is the drink and also the actor or actress. Her name was Brandy and Joe Dirt.
Can I just say it was?
Yeah.
Can I just say this though? I can see you sitting by a fire with a glass of brandy and a cigar and reading the newspaper.
And a jacket.
You guys are not wrong. You're not far off.
You got like a smoking jacket. And you're just not a cigar, a pipe.
A pipe.
A pipe
Yes.
with a smoking jacket.
That is you.
If Frosty the Snowman was a human being, I'm right here.
I'm gonna say Brandy is 43.
47. Chase, how old is from your favorite band, Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland?
42.
44.
45. We got one on the board there. Well done. Dr. Crane, now you should get this one. You're a big fan of the Twilight movies. How old is Taylor Lautner? When he Team Jacob or Team Edward? He was Team Jacob, right?
37.
35.
34. We're tied at 1. All right, Chaser, how old is singer Jimmy Carter of the Blind Boys of Alabama?
Not the president.
Not the president.
61.
The name again?
Jimmy Carter from the Blind Boys of Alabama.
Oh, you should have told him it was the president.
Oh, I really would have been up there in the numbers there. I'm going to go 72.
94. Dr. Crane.
That's the same age as
Tina Louise from Gilligan's Island. Who was it? Marianne? Who's the other one?
Ginger.
Yeah, this is Ginger.
78.
I'll say 73.
She's 92.
Good Lord.
92. Chaser, how old is Damian Lewis? He was from the TV show Homeland, Band of Brothers, and Billions.
52.
55.
55 exactly. Dr. Crane's up 3-1. Dr. Crane, how old is singer D'Angelo?
Is that a last name?
How old is singer D'Angelo?
58.
45.
52. Chaser, how old is it says vocalist, I guess he's the new one, of Linkin Park and Fort Minor, Mike Shinoda?
44.
48.
49. Dr. Crane's up 4-1. Dr. Crane, how old is Matthew Lawrence of Boy Meets World?
Curly-haired guy.
No idea.
No.
Not our Matthew Lawrence that we know.
No.
I'll go 44.
45.
46. It's 4-2. Two more. Chaser, how old is I can't pronounce that name. We'll go someplace else here. How old is actor Carrie Lowell from Law and Order? Carrie Lowell from Law and Order.
67.
64.
65. With that, Dr. Crane wins 5-2. Had him on the ropes. Dr. Crane, proud of you, buddy.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job, Dr. Crane.
Thank you very much, Chase.
Well done.
You are electrifying.
Yeah, you are. That is going to do it for us today. We're at the Omni tomorrow.
Well, you're at the Omni tomorrow. Hey, listen, we leave every show with one message to our guys out there. If you are struggling, listen, I need you to go to therapy, but also need to know how valued you are, how loved you are, how great you are, despite what's going on in the world. As we said earlier, every storm runs out of rain. You might be going through something rough right now, but keep going, man. We don't quit, right? We keep going, like Eric Young talked about earlier. We keep our feet down and head straight and going forward, and we do that. So just know how valued you are. Go to therapy. You need to reach out. Please talk to us. Opening up and talking, you find gratitude and you become closer to God. And that's so important in our lives. So remember this. Remember, we love you. We're here for you. And more importantly, more than anything else in this world, please understand and know that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. And multiple people are telling us D'Angelo passed away in October.
Oh, that's great.
So
I got to get a new staff. I'll have a meeting with them after. David James, you ready to meet with our staff?
Yeah.
We're going to crack some skull here.
Yeah. So there you go. That is going to do it for us. DVD coming your way next here on 102.5 The Game.